Hey everyone, this video is going to be showing you how to hook up your hoses to the new Ferrule type fittings that Elite sends with their catch can. And you can see I have one attached already on an exit port, and I'm going to show you how to do another one. This basically will just screw off by hand. This is what your hose is going to slide over, and then once you tighten everything up, it's almost like a compression fitting. This holds the hose in place and won't go anywhere, and it makes a nice solid seal. There are two, you're going to need two tools. One for this part, which is a 3/4 inch using just a crescent wrench, and then another you'll need for this part to hold it in place so that this whole thing doesn't spin, because this will spin. And this is an 11/16. So you basically hold this side on with your 11/16, and then you screw this on with your 3/4 inch. Now there's a little bit of a trick for getting the hose seated correctly. So what you have to do actually is run your tubing under hot water for like 30 seconds. And that's just enough to make this squishy enough and soften it to slide in from the front about this far. And I want to say that's halfway on this fitting. And it's hard to show on video, but if you look inside the fitting, there's the threads obviously that thread on to right here, but past the threads there are some, you can kind of see them there, there's some ridges, and that's about where you want your hosing to come in, which is approximately halfway through. So once you run this under hot water, squeeze it in there about that far, you'll have this all as one solid piece. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll be right back. Here's my hose, hot water, and I'm just turning it back and forth. And if you can stand the hot water, you can kind of squeeze this a little bit just to soften it up a little bit, but it really does help. So once you have this put together, you're going to have one single piece here basically. And I'll try to show you it again, but it might not come through on film. You can see how far, you can just barely see the hosing is right before the threads. While your tubing is still pretty warm, you're going to take it and insert it over the edge of the fitting. And you're going to feel some resistance because this hole partially shrank as it's squeezed inside. So you're going to have to kind of push it on and get it so that you can get the threads started at least one or two by hand. And you can see that thing's wanting to spin. But now that I got it kind of on there pretty, one or two threads, you go ahead and grab your 3/4 inch and your 11/16. And this is, on my right is the 11/16, and I'm just going to be holding that in place. And on the left is the 3/4 inch, and I'm just going to slowly start cranking down. Now, word of warning, when you get to the end of the threads, don't go crazy trying to torque this off. You will break these. They are strong, but they can only handle so much torque. So just go gently and slowly and crank them down until you get to the end of the threads. It helps if you kind of turn this off by itself so you're not fighting the other fittings. And once you get that tightened down, you'll have the hoses nice and tight, and they're not going anywhere. They're on there solid. I hope you found this video informative, and as always, hit that like button and subscribe. See ya.